So, over the course of the past 48 hours, Ted Difilippo, you probably don't really recognize that name, but him and his two brothers, known as the Difilippo triplets, have been all over Instagram and TikTok talking about how they felt blackballed by the Power Rangers community. Now, if you don't know who Ted Difilippo and the Difilippo triplets are, they actually played Trey of Triforia, aka the Gold Power Ranger from Zeo Power Rangers. Now, Zeo Power Rangers is the fourth season of the Power Ranger series, which is, not long after the original series, which is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that started in 1993. Now, what transpired to all this is Ted Difilippo claims that his agent, Brandon, apparently, didn't cancel, and there was claims that he fired Brandon, which Ted has yet to even provide an actual text message showing that has happened. And the thing is during his Instagram tirade a few nights ago, he said that people shouldn't trust Karen Ashley, who played Aisha in the series, Kat Sutherland, who played Kat, the Pink Ranger in the series, and he also claimed that he was going to take the heir of the legendary Power Rangers from Jason David Frank, who recently passed away back in November. Now, if you're not aware, Jason David Frank did take his own life, unfortunately, and that is how he passed away. And several of the Power Rangers have expressed their, deep condolences for him and the family, and they've even made posts about, suicide prevention and things of that nature. Now, Difilippo argues that he is an OG Power Ranger. Now, granted, Ted Difilippo is the original Gold Ranger. Granted, Brad Hawkins was the voice that many first heard before actually seeing Trey of Triforia out of the Gold Power Ranger costume. But I don't think that that Ted really quite understands what an OG means. And Toy Bounty Hunters had him on their podcast recently, and they tried to explain to Ted what a OG is. And really, I may not be as active in the Power Rangers community, but I am a huge Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan. I've been a fan of the original series for a long, long time, since I watched it when it first came out back in 1993. And to me, and to a majority of people within the community, when you're referring to the OG Power Rangers, you're referring to the original six, which were Zach, Billy, Jason, Tommy, Trini, and Amy. And that's the original six. But yet Ted doesn't seem to quite grasp that, and he gets confronted by Toy Bounty Hunters here, and they tell him, look, no one's saying, Ted, that you're not the OG Gold Ranger, but people are saying that there's a difference between the OGs, which is commonly known colloquially as the first season, and the characters that appeared in the very first season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We could really get into who the real OGs are if you've ever watched Super Sentai and you didn't know, but Super Sentai is actually the Japanese version of Power Rangers, which actually started before Mighty Morphin Power Rangers did. But I'll set that aside. So basically, in this entire almost 2-hour-long interview with Ted Difilippo, he claims that he's been blackballed, and that I guess he thinks he deserves the same amount of fame as the other iconic and more well-known Power Rangers, such as Steve Cardenas, who played Rocky, the Red Ranger, the second Red Ranger after Austin St. John played the OG Red Ranger, which was Jason. He claims the same fame as JDF and the other original six. Now, they actually get into a conversation about mental health, and Ted Difilippo claims that he's trying to, quote-unquote, save lives, which I feel like he's trying to really just make this all about him more than actually saving lives. And that's when a viewer, they're going through some questions and answers, and a viewer asks it and says, hey, basically, what are you doing to right the wrong? Where you've hurt this community, and so he claims, Ted Difilippo asks, has any other Power Ranger actually done anything about mental illness? Like, have they ever posted it? And that's when Toy Bounty Hunters shows him this, and this is how Ted Difilippo responds.
St. John crying, like me, with JD, about JD.
Well,
I don't think that Ted, I don't think that that's fair because people grieve in different ways. I don't think that that's indicative of whether or not they, that whether or not
Putting
they
up,
care. You know what I mean? People
John,
people grieve
John,
in
John,
private.
John, John,
People,
John,
some
John,
people
John,
grieve
John.
publicly. I don't think that that's fair to say.
You're putting up just a piece of paper
Okay,
that Austin St. John puts up with a suicide plate, a number to call.
okay,
I'm online every day crying with the fans.
okay. So
And you're
all right.
trying to compare the two. Are you
Okay, so
really trying to
you're
compare the
saying
two?
so what you're saying is that he's being disingenuous. Is that
No.
what you're
What
saying?
I'm saying is if he and the rest of the leaders of the Power Rangers were doing as much for these people that are struggling as I am, not as many people would be killing themselves.
Ted was basically saying that the Power Rangers were the leads of all the Power Rangers were essentially not doing enough for to spread mental health awareness and things like that. And that's what really bothered me was the fact that Ted made it seem as if they were doing the things he was doing, that people would not want to take their own lives as much. And I doubt that because I don't feel like Ted has really done much of anything. It feels to me like he's really been doing more, making it about himself and his career. And what bothers me too is he's been using the name of Jason David Frank to promote himself, and once again saying that he wants to take on the aura and the essence of JDF and become the new face of Power Rangers is funny because you're not doing a very good job when you act in this manner. And I mean, just because the Power Rangers and the leads, such as Austin St. John and David Yost, and all of them, I mean, they've been doing things about mental illness, and you saw the clip there just now. It's very clear. I mean, Austin St. John posted the National Suicide Hotline, and it kind of in that clip, it seems like Ted is just kind of being very dismissive. Oh, he just put that card up. Oh, he just showed that. Yeah, but Ted, that's better than what have you shown? What have you given people? What resources outside of religion, of course, because he's talked all about that too. But outside of that, what have you given people? Now, I will say that Ted does say people should call the number and use the hotlines and use what resources they can. But to act like you are the mental health ambassador for Power Rangers where everybody else has not been, that's a big stretch, and that's a really crappy thing to say, especially when you want to be in the good graces of the community as well as the your fellow castmates. So I just I wanted to let you guys know my thoughts on this. I wasn't sure if I was going to cover it, but I just think for me as someone that has their own struggles with these things, I felt absolutely necessary to go over that and call that out. And I mean, we all know what an OG is. It's the original six. There's no doubting that. And it's kind of funny. I've never seen anybody, I've met a lot of the Power Rangers cast members. I've had the pleasure of even meeting Jason David Frank. And not a single one of them have a shirt that says the original on the back. And, well, the Difilippo triplets do. And that's a little weird to me. But no one's taking away from the fact that they are the original Gold Ranger. And that's great. But you're not going to get far acting like this. So let me know what your thoughts on this are in the comment section below. I'm going to leave a link down to the Toy Bounty Hunters interview with Ted Difilippo. And please be sure to go give them a subscription as well. And also continue to follow us and subscribe to us here on the domain. We cover all sorts of things, such as anything from pop culture and entertainment like this. We do video game reviews. We do convention travels, unboxings, and so much more. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.